Hey yo, you guys, this is my second time recording this video because I had a banging ass video for you. And of course, the opposing team, demons, don't want me to get it to you. So that was a green light for me to do this again. I was saying that the narcissist actually has a demonic debt to pay. They are in spiritual debt. What do I mean by spiritual debt? Spiritual debt is, I saw that this lady was talking about this. I don't know her name, but I'm going to quote her. She said, all deities, as we call it, but I'm going to say deities, right? They all require a sacrifice, and not all sacrifices are sufficient for them, right? What has the narc been dealing with? The narc's been dealing with a lot of hoes and trash bags and shit like that they've been offering to these deities, Satan, right? And it's not enough. It's not good enough. The sacrifice is not good enough. Let's go even further. Why do you think it took Jesus to die on the cross? Why wasn't it some hoe bag? Why didn't we get saved from a whore on the cross? Why? Not a good sufficient sacrifice. It was blemished as fuck. You needed an unblemished lamb, and that's to God the Most High. Who is the main and only rival to God, the Most High? Satan. Of course he wants to be like God. He's actually the world's first number one narcissist. The number one copycat, right? He wants a sacrifice too that he thinks is sufficient. Do you think he's going to accept whores and shit? No, he'll take those souls, yeah, because he's a greedy fuck, like all narcs are. They're never satisfied, insatiable, remember? But what he would prefer is a really good sacrifice, one that's not like him. He wants the privilege and the fun of knowing that a good girl or a good guy was conquered and delivered to him. That's where you come in. That's where that narcissist has done that shit. That narc knew that that deity required of them to go get somebody that was actually very valuable and sacrifice that valuable being to their master, which is down there. I'm not talking about just their dick or their vagina, because we already know they serve that shit all the time. Right? But their master is below, right? And they needed you. They needed your little earth angel nice ass to go down in flames so they can siphon all of that from you. They needed you to commit suicide. They needed you to go to jail. They needed you to lose your house. They needed you to lose your kids. They needed you to lose your job. They needed you to lose your sanity. They needed you to not be able to lose weight. They needed you to gain too much weight. They needed you to lose too much weight. They needed you to go down and be depleted and deformed and decrepit, right? Because that energy they would have siphoned to give to their God, and their God is downstairs, right? What went wrong though? What happens? I went to Vegas before. The house always wins, by the way. If you win, it's because it's a trick so that the house doesn't look like they're the scandalous pieces of shit that they are. So they have to let a few people win, but the house always wins, boo-butt. It does. And that narcissist told Satan that they were going to deliver something in exchange for wealth, money, food, pussy, dick, whatever, right? And they told Satan, like, I'll bring you the best of the best. Just let me live the way I want to without having to do shit for it, other than bring you souls. And the devil's like, all right. Because the devil's always going to say, all right. Because he knows you're going to lose. He's the house, and the house always wins. Right? And so that narc is now in spiritual debt because you didn't go down like they promised Satan that you were going to go down. You got sad, yeah. You felt a little something, yeah, but you did not go down. What's the problem? Now they have to incorporate some gang stalking, don't they? They're going to need some help. Because they know that if you don't get your soul down there, like they said you would, they don't have to give their soul going to be taken. They ain't going to give it. They're going to come and get it. Right? And they owe. Right? This ain't like no mafia shit you've ever seen. It's way worse. It's spiritual warfare. This is spiritual debt. The reason why that narcissist is stalking you is because of that. Why do you think his mother had that spirit? That spirit is in you. Why do you think the devil puts that spirit in all the narcissist mothers? Why do you think he puts it there? Because mothers are the center, main stage to everybody's life. Everybody is I don't know, transformed or conformed or molded by their mother, not their father, for real. It's what mommy did or didn't do. Devil knows that. So he plants that Jezebel fucked up spirit in that bitch, right? And then she'll do what she does to create that narcissist and fuck him up. And then that deity that's living within that mother will start requiring of him to give a proper sacrifice that seemingly is to her, but it's really for the demon that's dwelling within her spiritual, her capsule, her flesh, right? And every one of those deities, like I said, require a sacrifice. And they want a sacrifice that's sufficient enough. And that would have been you. The one that's not a whore. The one that has morals and values. The one that has respect. The one that actually was full of love. The one that actually is a good person in the community. The one that actually cares about plants, people, animals, children, old people, whatever. That's the one they needed. And when the narc dropped you, fumbled you, you don't think that devil came after their ass and was like, oh, so you're a failure, huh, bitch? All right, so it's you next. Okay, I'm gonna have to take you in exchange for them that you promised me and did not deliver on. That's why all that gang stalking shit is. That's why that narc's mother came after what? Your relationship, your marriage, your kids, whatever you had with that narc that was going well at the time. Oh, she came for that shit. That's what she wanted. She needed that. That was the pure. That's that purity, right? Think about shit on spiritual terms, you guys. It is grody, grimy, and fucked up out here in these spiritual streets. That's why that narcissistic mom came for you so bad. She couldn't grab you like she did those other Jezebel spirits that he brought in the house. They were easy. The prostitute, all them, oh, they were easy. They were grabbable. They weren't even grabbable. They walked into the bullshit. But you're valuable. And when you didn't go down like that, and you moved on and said, okay, and cut off contact and went to go heal, that put a warrant on that narc's head spiritually, a spiritual warrant. That's why they hate you. That's why that mama was so out to get you. That's why that mama don't fuck with them now after you dipped out. I bet their mama don't fuck with them after you left. I can guarantee you their mama don't fuck with them. Because you didn't feed that demon that's in her, did you? You didn't bring mommy that demon meat, did you? You didn't give her anything to eat. You let it get away. That's some gross shit, y'all. Food for thought. No pun intended. Or should we call it food for a thought? Which is his mama. Right. That narcissist, they owe big time, bro. That's why you're getting all the hate. That's why what's happening is happening. That's why the gang stalking happened. That's why the financial abuse, all that shit that happened, especially after the discard, they are trying their best. Wouldn't you, if you owed a loan shark, and you knew they would take your life, wouldn't you go hard to make sure your life didn't get taken? Why do you think it's any different in these spiritual streets where it's way worse than getting murdered in these main streets that are in the third dimension? Can you imagine in the third dimension here, what we can see, where people can actually kill you physically, can you imagine what it'd be like in the fifth dimension and in other dimensions where they can actually kill you spiritually and you can't technically die? You owe for all of eternity for what you didn't deliver. Yeah, they're after you. Say your prayers, you guys, and keep being awesome and keep, being positive. That narcissist, they're after you the way that they are because they owe in them spiritual streets. They owe a hefty debt and they ain't got the money. All right? Trust and believe that. Anyway, I hope this made sense. I love you guys. I just came from my son's graduation, so it's time to go mom up again and go do some yoga or something. I don't know. Love y'all.